The Canterbury Bankstown Council, who are meant to focus on, filling potholes and collecting garbage, now have a foreign policy that's anti-Australian, anti-US, anti-Israel, and seems to be pro-terrorist.
I mean, obviously none of this makes any difference on the ground where it counts. The idea is this is all about social conditioning. People see that flag, they go, oh, wait, whose side are we on? Well, are we sympathisers, etc. and so on. It's that powerful visual, and that's what gets me so worked up, despite the fact you have to be incredibly ignorant to fly that flag at a time like this. And let's be clear, we can't fly the Israeli flag or light it up on Town Hall or on our Opera House because we know pro-Palestinians will riot in the streets if we do that. But these guys know that they can fly the Palestinian flag because they know with 110% certainty that Israelis, Jewish people here, will not respond in kind. And I think that's worth mentioning. They're all for the virtue signalling. They're all for the, oh, well, let's fly the Palestinian flag. But they can do that knowing the Jewish people here are not going to be carrying on like what we saw outside the Opera House when we dared to stand with our friend and ally, Israel.
And if you were someone who put up an Israeli flag in Canterbury Bankstown, you would be a very brave person indeed. The reason the council has done this is that the area of Canterbury Bankstown, those who are not aware of Sydney, has a large Muslim and Middle Eastern population. So it very much fits in with the population, and from that perspective, they would probably argue that they're doing the right thing by their people, and they're allowed to argue that. But the point is, and I come back to this point many times in this discussion, when you move from another part of the world and you come to Australia, or any other country for that matter, surely you do so because you think the country you are going to is better than the one you came from. And to come out here and to then assert, and some of the people who were there, I'm sure, didn't come out here, they were probably born here and ought to know better, but you come out here and then try to insert your geopolitical or religious or racial politics into our country. I'm sorry, no. Israel is an ally of Australia, it's an ally of the West. And for a council in a Western country to feel entirely comfortable putting up that flag at this time, knowing the context, which is terrorism being committed upon Israel and upon Jewish people, the largest massacre of Jewish people since the Holocaust, to put up that flag, frankly, is disgusting. I don't think there's any other way to put it.
And it also denies the fact that we're all very aware of, and that is every single drop of Gazan blood spilled is on Hamas' hands.
Correct.
Not on Israel.
Correct.
What, did they genuinely think that Hamas was just going to do this and Israel was going to be all like, no, okay then? Not. Every single drop spilled on that side of the border is on the hands of Hamas. And therefore, flying the Palestinian flag and saying we stand with Palestine, then go after Hamas because they are the murderers of their own people.